The task force concluded there was little or no benefit in using vitamin and mineral supplements to prevent cancer, cardiovascular disease, and death.
You really don't need to take them.
Vitamins meant to support health are secretly sabotaging it. Here are supplement brands doing more harm than good, plus a few genuinely safe alternatives that actually deliver what your body needs. First, we have Spring Valley. It's cheap, everywhere, and easy to grab. But that affordability comes from systematic cost-cutting instead of efficiency. Multiple independent lab tests over the years have found Spring Valley supplements containing significantly less of the active ingredient than what the label claims. In some cases, vitamins tested at 30 to 50% below stated potency. Spring Valley relies heavily on low-grade binders, synthetic colors, hydrogenated oils, and processing agents that add bulk without any nutritional value. Here's the thing, these fillers increase the risk of hidden allergens. The most serious red flag came through legal action. Lawsuits accuse Spring Valley herbal products like ginseng and echinacea of containing little to none of the advertised plant, replacing it with cheap plant fillers instead. At number 2, we have Nature's Bounty Adult Gummies. They look harmless, even healthy, but they are a huge problem. Many of these gummies contain multiple grams of added sugar per serving, often rivaling the sugar in a small candy snack. For a product meant to improve health, daily sugar intake like this works against blood sugar control, dental health, and metabolic balance. Then a bigger issue is potency loss. Gummies are far more sensitive to heat and moisture than capsules or tablets. Stability testing has shown that vitamins like D, C, and B complex can degrade long before the expiration date, especially when shipped and stored in warm conditions. That means what's listed on the label may not be what's left by the time you consume it. Third, one-a-day multivitamins. The formula behind that promise is deeply flawed. Theirs are cheap synthetic nutrient forms that the body struggles to absorb efficiently. Vitamin B12 is commonly listed as cyanocobalamin instead of the active methylcobalamin form. And magnesium is often included as magnesium oxide, which studies have shown may have absorption rates as low as 4%. On paper, the label looks complete. In practice, much of it passes straight through the body. Another issue is overcrowding. 1-a-day crams dozens of nutrients into a single tablet, but the amounts of truly essential ones are often so small they provide little benefit. Lab comparisons have repeatedly shown that bioavailability, not pill count, determines effectiveness, and this brand consistently falls short. At number 4, Centrum is one of the most heavily marketed multivitamins in the world. The formulas lean hard on cheap synthetic vitamins, such as folic acid instead of methylfolate and cyanocobalamin instead of active B12, which many bodies struggle to convert efficiently. These choices keep production costs low, not absorption high. The tablets themselves are packed with binders, including polyethylene glycol, titanium dioxide, and metallic pigments used purely for color and shelf stability. None of these contribute to health, and some have raised concerns among consumer safety groups for long-term daily exposure. Despite the long ingredient list, key nutrients are underdosed. Magnesium appears in ineffective amounts, vitamin K2, critical for calcium placement, is often missing entirely, and iron is included where many adults don't need it. Fifth is Naturaid. Their B12 is often cyanocobalamin, a synthetic form that must be converted by the body before it can be used, a process some people struggle with. The ingredient list also includes unnecessary additives like talc, hydrogenated oils, and polyethylene glycol, all added to improve manufacturing efficiency rather than nutritional value. Sourcing transparency is limited, with little clarity on where raw ingredients come from or how they're tested. That matters because third-party lab analyses have shown inconsistent potency, especially in Naturaid's herbal products, where some samples contained far less of the active compound than the label claimed. What looks clean on the shelf ends up delivering weak, unreliable nutrition. Sixth spot goes to Sundown Naturals. Non-GMO, gluten-free, dairy-free, but those claims distract from what actually matters: nutrient quality and absorption. They rely on cheap synthetic vitamin forms and weak mineral salts that the body struggles to use efficiently. Magnesium oxide, synthetic folic acid, and low-grade B vitamins appear frequently, keeping production costs low while delivering minimal benefit. Worst part? There are artificial colors, chemical stabilizers, and sugar alcohols like sorbitol and maltitol, which can cause bloating and digestive discomfort in sensitive users. Potency inconsistencies have also been documented by independent testing, where certain batches failed to match label claims. Some herbal supplements were found to contain significantly less active ingredient than advertised. At 7, we have Airborne. They built a reputation on the promise of stopping colds before they start, but that trust collapsed once they were forced into the spotlight. The brand was sued for false advertising after claiming it could prevent illness without solid clinical evidence. The case ended in a multi-million-dollar settlement, requiring Airborne to stop making immunity prevention claims. That alone should raise concern about how much of the brand's image was marketing rather than biology. But look at the formula, and the problems continue. There's sugar-heavy fizzy tablets, artificial flavors, and synthetic megadoses of certain vitamins that the body can't efficiently use. Excess amounts are often excreted. Finally, Smarty Pants looks modern, friendly, and health-focused, but all Smarty Pants products contain multiple sweeteners in a single serving, including organic cane sugar, tapioca syrup, and glucose syrup. When you add it up, some daily servings directly conflict with the idea of supporting metabolic and overall health through supplementation. Several nutrition reviews have pointed out that regular gummy vitamin use can push people past recommended daily sugar limits without them realizing it. Then there's dosing confusion. Most Smarty Pants formulas require 4 to 6 gummies per day, which leads to inconsistent use. Some people underdose because they treat gummies like snacks. Others overdose because they taste good. On top of that, gummy nutrients degrade faster due to heat, moisture, and storage conditions. Now, as promised, here are some safe options you can confidently grab. First, we have Thorne Research. It stands out because it avoids the exact problems that plague most mass-market supplement brands. There are 0 cheap synthetics or additives. Thorne uses bioavailable forms the body can actually absorb, such as methylated B vitamins, chelated minerals, and active nutrient compounds designed for real biological use. This helps greatly with absorption. What truly separates Thorne is transparency and testing discipline. Their products undergo extensive third-party testing for purity, potency, and contaminants, and many batches are used in clinical research and professional medical settings. That level of scrutiny dramatically reduces the risk of inaccurate dosing or hidden fillers. Thorne also avoids artificial colors, unnecessary binders, and questionable stabilizers entirely. The second safe option is Pure Encapsulations. It also earns its reputation by removing almost everything that causes problems in mainstream supplements. Their formulas are ultra-clean and hypoallergenic, built without artificial colors, coatings, hydrogenated oils, or shellac that often trigger digestive or inflammatory reactions. For people who have struggled with bloating, headaches, skin reactions, or unexplained discomfort from other brands, this clean formulation alone is a major shift. Just as important, Pure Encapsulations focuses on meaningful doses in absorbable forms, not crowded. Minerals are typically chelated for better uptake, and vitamins are chosen for biological effectiveness rather than cost. This consistency is why the brand is widely used by functional medicine practitioners and trusted by people with IBS, autoimmune conditions, migraines, or chemical sensitivities. Instead of gambling on mass-market formulas, Pure Encapsulations delivers gentle and dependable support the body can actually use. Now, would you pick up a mass-market name or a science-backed, clean option? Let us know in the comments.